So in the recent v24.30 update, you can see Fortnite added a ton of cool stuff to the game, but what they didn't include is this brand new hidden setting, which is actually enabled by default, but you guys might want to turn it off by the end of watching this video. Before all that though, if you haven't seen the other new setting, which is auto confirm edit, it's found in the game settings tab under the building section right here, and you can see it's got 4 new options: none, edit, reset, and then both. I actually made another video talking about this in more detail, which I'll leave in the description below. But getting back to that hidden setting though, to even access it, you need to head over to your desktop and you need to open up the Epic Games launcher. That's right, because it's actually not found in the in-game settings. You need to go over to the Epic Games launcher. Once inside the launcher, you want to head over to the top left side under library. You then want to select on the game and click those 3 horizontal dots, and then you want to go into the options menu right here. And what this will do is it'll show all the installation options. As you can see, we've got the normal high resolution textures, and then under that we've got a brand new one called DirectX 12 shaders. You can see it's enabled by default, and the total size is nearly 5 GB. Now straight away you might be asking what this is, and the name itself does actually give it away. The setting is essentially a preloaded shader optimization that I believe does benefit DirectX 12 users specifically, or that's what I would assume with the name in itself. What I've basically heard about this brand new setting is it removes this notorious shader stutter that a lot of people were getting while using DirectX 12. Now for some people DirectX 12 is great. It's actually better than performance mode, which does surprise me, but it actually is. But there was one problem with DirectX 12, and for some reason they would get this like shader stutter every now and then. I'm pretty sure it would only occur when the game tried to load world chunks outside of the rendering distance, which would happen occasionally. I myself have never experienced it because I have not actually got onto DirectX 12 yet. I'm still using performance mode, but that was a notorious issue and it was causing a lot of problems for a lot of people. So I'm assuming Epic Games had the idea to just add in this brand new setting where they preload the shaders, and again from what I've heard that seems to fix it, but only when this is enabled, and that's why they've decided to enable the setting by default, so it really does make sense. So basically, to conclude this, if you are using DirectX 12 in game, which I know a lot of people are, you should keep this enabled, as it is enabled by default. You shouldn't change it at all, even if you think you're going to get an extra 5 GB. I know it would be nice to get the 5 extra gigabytes, but it's probably not worth it for the sake of that notorious issue coming back. You might as well have this enabled, take the 5 GB hit, and no longer get that issue on DirectX 12. However, you may be thinking, if you are not using DirectX 12, should you still have this enabled, or should you actually uncheck it? I would say that you should actually uncheck it if you are not using DirectX 12. If you use DirectX 11, which a lot of people still do, even though I do think you should be using performance mode, I recommend go ahead and turn it off. You'll save yourself a total of 5 GB or nearly 5 GB. And then if you are using performance mode, which I know a lot of competitive players are using, again you should go into this setting and turn it off and bag yourself nearly 5 GB of free extra storage. But yeah, hopefully that covers the brand new DirectX 12 shader settings. And while I am in the install options, this setting right here, high resolution textures, this is another one where you can actually save a ton of storage as well as some FPS in game. If you do actually disable this, your textures will be slightly less quality, and the difference isn't that crazy at all, so you're not really missing much, but you'll get slightly more FPS and a ton more storage, literally nearly 9 GB of extra storage. And if you combine it with the DirectX 12 shader storage, you're getting a ton of free storage right there, guys. And I think that's definitely worth it if you are using the performance mode setting, which I myself am, so I'm going to turn both of these settings off. So yeah, if the video did help out, feel free to drop a like on it, drop a sub on the channel, and use my code in the item shop to help me out a ton. Catch us all in the next video, and be sure to check out any of my other videos which are on screen right now.